All right, hello everybody. Hey, it's Jeff at StopThePirates.blogspot.com. Just a couple things I want to touch on today, August 6th or 7th, 2010. Um, and a couple things, if you're not aware of it yet, but I think you really should be starting to get concerned about a couple of things. One is the Obamacare program. But basically, you're going to start seeing that implemented in the basic run-up stages, starting in 2011. So now this is a healthcare bill that's 2,000 pages thick, and it is it's under the guise of healthcare, and it's going to be run by the Internal Revenue Service. If you weren't aware of that, the IRS, which is hiring 16,500 new employees to gear up for this. They do have guns and badges, and they will find you if you don't pay them anywhere on earth. But what I'm trying to get across to people is it's not really about health care. Just like the Sherper Towner Maternity Act wasn't really about helping mothers out, giving them time off to have their babies, and making it more better for the baby to have their baby in a hospital. No, it was about getting you into a birth certificate, making you a 14th Amendment U.S. citizen, and giving you a Sestake straw man account, which is your name in all capital letters. And when your parents sign a birth certificate, they donate that to the government or the United States corporation. They donate all of your life's labors and to them. So everything that you make, it's basically theirs. Now, they give you a certain amount of benefits and privileges because you were donated to them. And one is that you can use Federal Reserve notes, and you do get limited liability, and you can go to prison to pay your debts. But anyway, back to the health care bill. The real reason for the health care bill is because the United States corporation entered into its fourth international bankruptcy in 2005. Okay, and not too many corporations make it that far. International bankruptcy lasts 70 years. Personal corporate bankruptcy lasts for 7. That's for you and I. But the reason for the health care bill is that the money was due at the end of the international bankruptcy. So there needs to be a new program put into place. And the health care bill is just one small step into that. And I think people need to be very, very concerned about what's happening with that, because the IRS basically is now in control of your health care. And it's government-run health care, and I think it's actually different than the one they have in Europe, because this one is actually run by the Internal Revenue Service. And like once it gets fully implemented in 2014, if you don't have your health care for 1 month, like say you don't have the required health care insurance that you're supposed to have, you can be fined up to $22,250 per month. And people that I talk to go, well, what if we don't have any jobs, or what if we can't pay it? Well, ultimately, that's the deal. Is there will be no jobs, and you won't be able to pay it. But the reason for that is that because they've made so much money off the American people. Like I said, you have a Sestake trust account, and you're the surety for the debts of the U.S. corporation. Okay, they've used up all your equity now, and what they really want to do is, and I know this sounds crazy, but it's true, is they need to kill a bunch of us off or get us into the prison system, because that's how they make the majority of their money in paying off the debt to the International Monetary Fund, which you were pledged to as collateral or surety for debts to a foreign corporation, foreign to America, known as Washington, D.C., or the United States Corporation, which is a foreign corporation It has nothing to do with America. And they're located in a 10-mile square area called Washington, D.C. They've tricked everybody into believing that, hey, this is our American government, but it's not. And I'm not against them. I'm not, saying anything bad about them. It is what it is. And hey, I'm a U.S. citizen, and I get all the benefits and privileges as a U.S. citizen. But what I think people need to find out is that there are remedies out there for you. And it's very imperative that you learn and study and turn off the TV now and study what's going on. Because if you do not, you will find yourself in a work camp or in prison. Because the health care bill, there's a lot of new statutes and codes with that. And if you can't pay for your health care, then you can't operate out here in commerce with everybody else. Because according to them, you're using up everybody else's resources. And if you're not a benefit to the corporation, like say you're older 65 and now it looks like you're going to need a quadruple bypass or heart surgery, or hey, you're probably not going to get it, because there's other people down the line, that need that are younger than you, that have more are worth more to the corporation than what you can provide to the corporation. So you'll be given some some pain medication and told to go home or wait. We'll book you down a couple months later, and then you hear all the stories from England. But it's very imperative, I think, for people to find out who their straw man is, who this Sustake Trust is, and how to use it and how to operate it in commerce. Because if you know how, all this healthcare stuff and all the IRS tax bills and everything, it's not going to be a problem for us. It's not going to be a problem for us at all. Because we know how to accept for value, set off, and discharge all of our public debt. Through our corporation, our all caps name corporation, our Sustake Trust, we know how to operate that through the IRS. But if you don't, what they've done is they've put all these statutes and codes, not laws, but statutes and codes, corporate statutes and codes for corporations, which you have a corporation if you're a U.S. citizen. You're not a U.S. citizen, you have a U.S. citizen. A U.S. citizen is a corporation. It's your name in all capital letters. So they have that set up, and they can entrap you with that. And they have approximately 80,000 statutes and codes on the books right now, which they call laws, that they're going to try and get you into the prison system with. Because if they can get you into the prison system, they really make a lot of money off that. And here's how that works. We're losing all of our jobs. So all of our jobs are being shipped over to China or wherever, the good manufacturing jobs. And what you have is just a service economy, and that's slowly going away. But what they are doing is they're over in Afghanistan, they're guarding the opium for the heroin. Now, there's no problem finding heroin, coke, and marijuana right now, which will get you some jail time if you have enough of it, or prison time for coke and heroin. And I recommend people stay away from that stuff. But they get you to sign what's called a prison bond. There's a surety bond, a payment bond. There's like 3 bonds, and when you sign one, you're acting as the surety for the bond. And they take the bond and they sell the bond on Wall Street, and that lowers their debt, and they make money off that through the prison industrial complex. And then just kind of as a side note, and people didn't believe me when I told them the health care bill was going to pass. They go, no, and I told them, hey, just watch. It's going to pass. Just like I'm telling them now, all the illegal aliens are going to be given immunity. Not immunity, but they're going to be documented. They're going to be given a Social Security number and able to get a driver's license and all that good stuff. Every documented person that gets a Social Security number is now money to the corporation, because they can take that to the IMF and get $1 million of credit. Okay, and that can be hypothecated through the banks, and it's a huge money-making scam. Now, think about that. 40 million of those illegal aliens, I would say at least half of them are going to wind up in prison, because there's not going to be any jobs. They're pumping in the heroin and the cocaine into the communities. They don't get an education. Like 80% of all Hispanics in LA, where I'm from, are drop out of high school. 80% of them. And through the bling culture, through TV, they're going to con you into getting into that. And the police are involved because they're a privately run corporation too, and they have their gang units and everything. And then the gangs are set up. The red and the red and blue were just like the Democrats and the Republicans. Do you get it yet? I mean, do you see it? It's all just set up, and they just put you into it and go, here's your game, here's your paradigm, and it's all staged. It's all completely staged. So once they get all these people into the prison system, and then you just kill them off. So what we have here is just a big money-making operation. We are the cattle. And what they do is through the media, through all these codes and statutes, and they keep everybody in the dark, not knowing what was really going on here. They entrap everybody, get you into the prison system, get you sick through all the vaccines, the GMO food. There's just poison everywhere. I mean, as soon as a baby's born now, they jam it with enough mercury to kill a 240-pound man. And you just can't absorb it in your system, so your immunity's screwed up. So now you're getting involved in the medical field. So they got customers for life for the for the drug corporations and everything. We got to wake up, people, because this is just a huge scam. They're just treating us like cattle, and pretty soon they're going to want to tag their cattle with microchips. They take your blood at birth, just like any good farmer would do. They want to see what the cattle are doing. You're monitored on all these videos. The NSA will be watching this, I'm sure, and the FBI and the CIA or whoever, the Israelis, I don't know. All of them, they're going to watch this, and because they want to know what their cattle are doing. They want to know how to set up roadblocks for the cattle and how to respond on TV, and to keep you in fear, and to keep you drugged up, pacified with sports, ball games, alcohol, whatever. And then eventually they want to get you into the prison system. And see, eventually, once you get a ticket or whatever, and you get like on 3 years informal probation, and then you get your next one, and now it gets deeper and deeper, and you can't pay that bill, and then it gets too much, and it snowballs, and you feel your life breaking away, so you do something stupid, or you start doing blow, or you start doing pot, or you start doing this and this. That's what they want you to do. That's what the whole fraud and the scam is set up for. They want to get you into the prison system, or get you in trouble with the IRS, because pretty soon you'll be going to jail for that. If you can't pay your health care, eventually there won't be enough jobs for everybody, so they will put you in what's called a work camp. And the work camps will be sold to you as a good thing, as a humane thing, because there's too many people living on the street. We'll put you in the work camp where you'll go to work for, I don't know, whoever, making not license plates, but widgets, or, just doing something menial. And then it won't be enough to actually get back on your feet. They put the carrot out there for you. This is your whole life. Even if you're not in the camp, it's just a carrot on a stick. You're always chasing it. Like thinking you're going to get rich or be a rock star and all that shit. You're not. But there is a remedy. If you go to my blog, it's called stopthepirates.blogspot.com. I'm not a genius on this, but I know you need to start figuring out how this commerce game works, how these people are operating, and how you can not only get away from all this stuff, but excel and have remedies in commerce. And so again, thank you for listening. Go to stopthepirates.blogspot.com. It's I've put together some packages on all the information you need to figure this out. You need to know how to operate your straw man in commerce, and not be suckered into all these scams that are going on out here. And I'm telling you, all these illegal aliens will be documented soon. I predict it. Thank you very much for listening. Stopthepirates.blogspot.com. Thanks.